everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today we are sharing our visit to Sandstone Falls and Grandview at River Gorge National Park. Compared to other areas of the park, it takes a little more driving to get to Sandstone and Grandview, so it's a good idea to try and visit them both on the same day. Our first stop of the day was the Sandstone Visitor Center. Despite the name, this visitor center is not located directly next to the waterfall. The waterfall is about another 30 minutes drive from the visitor center. At the visitor center, we got our National Park passport book stamps and explored a really nice exhibit about the river. After departing the visitor center, we stopped at the Brooks Overlook, which offered a really nice view of New River from above. We've made it to Sandstone Falls. Sandstone Falls is the largest waterfall on the New River. The New River is 360 miles long and it flows north from North Carolina. The New River will later join with the Gauley River, which will then go up to the Ohio River. So the New River is part of the Ohio River watershed. The Ohio River is then eventually going to flow into the Mississippi and down into the Gulf of Mexico. So the water we see here today, all the way in West Virginia, is eventually going to end up down in the Gulf. So we're going to go out on this boardwalk, take a look at the waterfall, and see if we can see any type of wildlife. Boardwalk Trail at Sandstone Falls. During the first part of your walk, you'll see the lower falls, and along the way you'll see different signs that explain the ecology of this area. At the end of the boardwalk, you'll be able to get a nice view of the main falls, but if you continue onto this little trail that we're about to go on, you're able to get a little bit closer and see the rest of the main falls. We're now at Grandview, so we're going to enjoy a scenic vista 1,400 feet above the New River and also explore some of the hiking trails. The Grandview Overlook is one of the most famous photo spots at New River, so don't miss out on it if you're visiting New River Gorge National Park. One of the really nice things about the Grandview Overlook is that it's very accessible from the parking lot. It's just a short walk from the lot. On a sunny day, it offers a really beautiful view of the river and the mountains in the distance, and you might get to see some trains pass by. There are about 6 miles of hiking trails at Grandview, including the Grandview Rim Trail and the Castle Rock Trail, both of which we decided to hike on this trip. The Castle Rock Trail is accessible to the left of the Grandview Overlook and features towering fortress-like rock formations and exposed coal seams. This trail connects to the Grandview Rim Trail, making it easy to loop back to the parking lot, or you can continue onward along the canyon rim. If you hike the whole way to the end of the Grandview Rim Trail, you arrive at the Turkey Spur Overlook. This is another really cool rock formation that you can climb up to get some panoramic views of the river and the mountains.
area is super cool because you're able to see where the rocks are layered, not only going horizontally, but also going vertically out from the cliffs. And it's really cool because you can see like how over time that these rocks have just kind of naturally fallen into place. As we're looking around, you can notice very small details on this rock structure, like ferns growing out of the side, other little plants, or even some cool spider webs.
We've reached the point in our hike where we can see the exposed coal seam here under the rock, and it's really cool because throughout this entire trip we've really been able to see how the history of the New River Gorge very much is based around the extraction of coal, and here we actually get to see what it looked like naturally. So it's just hard to imagine that this is what miners were going into the mines to try to extract from the ground. And you can also see that the seam is pretty small, so it also shows that these mines that they were going into were quite small as well. So the coal is here in West Virginia because millions of years ago this land was actually a wetland, and decayed organic material like dead trees would fall into the wetland, and over time that would create peat. And then over even more time, that would create coal because of the compression and the heat that all of those layers were creating. So then, millions of years later, when humans come along and start extracting coal, they start using it as a source of fuel.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. We hoped you enjoyed exploring New River Gorge National Park with us. We have a few other videos on our channel about New River Gorge, so make sure to check those out if you haven't watched them already. We'll see you next time, Travel Bugs.